All right, it's 5 o'clock here in Japan. Welcome to the Nordic Decarbonization Forum Japan info webinar. My name is Niklas Karonen. I'm Community Director at Nordic Innovation House here in Tokyo, and I will be your MC here for today. I'm just going to give it a minute or so for folks in the Nordics to get your morning coffees. And while doing so, just a couple of housekeeping items. I'm sure we're all very familiar with the Zoom webinar format for now, but for the members in the audience, your videos and mics will be turned off. But if you have any questions for us, please use the Q&A button that you can find from the toolbar. You can send questions throughout the presentation, and we will then tackle them all together at the very end of this webinar. But thanks again for joining. It will take around 30 minutes, including the Q&A here today. So it's going to be quite short and sweet. And let me then just go to the agenda for today. So briefly, I will just say a couple of words about the Nordic Innovation House and what we do here in Japan. And then we will take a deep dive into the Nordic Decarbonization Forum, what you should know about it, why you might want to consider joining. And you will also get to have a sneak peek of the Japanese industry participants that we have on the portal. We don't usually publicly share this information, but for those of you who are joining the webinar here today, you get to see a little bit about the types of companies that will be joining. And then my colleague Akiko will share a little bit about why Japan, what are the current developments towards a green society, what's happening here in Japan. And we will also have a look at some recent investments from Japan to the Nordic clean tech solutions and clean tech industry. For those of you who just joined, we're just getting started. Thanks a lot for being with us. And you can use the Q&A button throughout the presentations if you have any questions. But with that, I suggest that we will just get going. Just very briefly about the Nordic Innovation House. For some of you, it might be your first time joining our events. Thank you very much. We are a community platform to accelerate high quality startups and technology-driven scale-up companies from the Nordic region, being, of course, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland, and Denmark. And in our case, we are supporting them with their Japan market expansions. We do have a couple of other locations around the world as well, and we are supported by Nordic Innovation and the Nordic Council of Ministers and work as a non-profit basis. And here are just the board members. So from each of the Nordic trade promotion organizations, we have one member sitting in our board, and all of our activities are open for the broader Nordic community. But let's get right to business about the Nordic Decarbonization Forum. We are very excited about this event. This is our new flagship event in the field of decarbonization and climate technologies. The forum is an online partnering conference. The purpose is to connect Nordic solutions with Japanese corporates and investors. And Nordic participants can join us fully online from the Japanese side, and we will have a closer look in a bit, but we expect larger corporates, general trading companies, and venture capitalists, as well as other financial institutions to join us. All the information that you need is on the website nordicdecarbonizationforum.com. So you can always find more information as well as all the contact details, and you can also directly register through the platform. A little bit more details. So the dates are October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. However, if you're joining us from the Nordics, we expect that you would only be with us for the 23rd and the 24th, which are the online matchmaking meetings. This is really the core of the forum. But if you happen to be on town, or if we have any of our Japanese guests in the audience here today, we do have a physical reception on October 22nd as well. This is at a very new Japan Climate Tech Lab, which is a new venue by Mitsubishi Estate, which is our venue partner for this event. So if you are in Tokyo, you are also welcome to join us on the 22nd, but then all the matchmakings will be happening the following 2 days. And these will be morning hours for the Nordics because of the time difference, of course. And each of the matchmaking takes around 20 minutes. And you can schedule them through this online platform where you will then have access after you have registered. And we'll have a quick look about that as well today. The participation fee is about or is 30,000 yen, which is around a couple of €100 per participant per company. And just to highlight once more that you can join us fully online, so you don't have to travel to Tokyo for this event.
Okay, so I will talk a little bit about why Japan now for decarbonization solutions for Nordics. Number one is that as many countries around the world do, Japan has the goal to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. And recently, the government has decided over the next 10 years, they will be investing both from the government and the private sector about 150 trillion Japan yen, which is about 100 billion US dollars in the green transformation area. And here, I do not want to discuss about the amount itself, whether it is enough or not, but it's just to emphasize that this is the largest investment that Japan is making in this field, which shows that it really is putting effort in decarbonizing the society and the business industry. The next slide, please. And here is to show you the 14 growth sectors, which the Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, we call it METI in abbreviation, is allocating 2.3 trillion yen through their Green Innovation Fund. And these areas, the focus areas that we have for the Nordic Decarbonization Forum is mostly aligned with these 4 growth sectors, with the exception of we are not having food and agriculture and fishery forestry industry for our forum. Yes, the next please. Yes, and my third point of why Japan is the increasing investment from Japan to Nordic cleantech solutions. And here I have just listed a part of Japanese investment to the Nordic climate tech solutions within this couple of years. And you could see trading companies and large corporates really investing into Nordic solutions, especially in renewable energy, materials, and carbon capture technologies as well. And the next slide, please, is to show you that overall, the Japanese investment to the Nordics are growing, if not stable. This graph shows the new Nordics as well. The green and the navy part is the new Nordics, but if you exclude that part, still you see a growth in the investment amount. So I think that was about it from my side.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Akiko, for those insights. So as you can see, there's a lot of trends in the investment landscape, both within the clean tech, but of course also broader. Actually, the rest of the time that we have here today is for Q&A. So if you have any questions, please put them onto the chat. The screenshot that you have here is from the Nordic Decarbonization Forum.com website after you have logged in. So while you are typing your questions, let me just share a couple of words. If you do decide to join us, how you can make the most out of this platform. So first and foremost, it's very important that you create a very good company profile for yourself. So put a lot of information about yourself and the company, as well as what kind of solutions you're providing and what exactly you are looking for. We're using a platform called B2Match. And there's a couple of interesting things that you can do about it, one of which is what is titled here as opportunities. So this means that you can write in details whether you are offering a product or a service, or if you're looking for an investment opportunity or an R&D collaboration partners. So you can create what are called opportunities, which will increase your visibility on this platform. And I should also mention there's a lot of similar types of events all around the world. Maybe something that puts us apart is that this is an exclusive platform in the sense that we will screen all the applicants, both from the Nordics and Japan. So we're looking for quite tailored matchmakings. they are really targeted for companies who are interested in building businesses with companies like yourself. So that's perhaps something that sets us apart. Registrations are open. It is a kind of a first come, first serve situation, in a sense that typically some of the companies that I showed today, there are a couple of names which I'm sure you all know very well. These types of companies tend to get their matchmaking slots filled quite quickly. So the sooner you are on the platform and the sooner you have a good profile on there, then you can start sending and requesting matchmaking meetings. And if you do it earlier, then chances are higher that you're able to really secure those 20-minute meetings. And I should also, of course, say that after the forum, we do look forward to following up and having your feedback. And if you need any further support in this business development process, or you got some good leads and you would like to have further support, we are, of course, here at Nordic Innovation House, very keen on supporting you with that. And then you have the national trade promotion organizations as well, who you could also be in touch with and see if they can support you in building that lead into hopefully a physical visit, for example, to Japan. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please let us know, and please write to the chat. I will, or to the Q&A. I will stop sharing here. Otherwise, we are quite good here, very efficient on time. We haven't done webinars in a hot second, but I guess it still works. Akiko, am I forgetting anything?
I don't think so. Yes.
All right. Well, if you do have any questions that you couldn't come up with here today, you can find all of our contact details from NordicDecarbonizationForum.com, and you can always be in touch. We can also have a one-on-one chat with you if you are wondering whether there's good matches for you on the platform, and we're happy to support you on that as well. Otherwise, I think we're good here for today. Look forward to having your registration. As I said, it is kind of a first come, first serve basis. So please don't hesitate to register early. And if you're planning on being in Japan during the time, we will also very warmly welcome you at the venue, where you can also have a chance to chat one-on-one. We do have one question. What is the deadline for registering? I think we will have to close the platform at least a couple of days before the actual event, so that the schedules can be formalized. However, as I said earlier, the better. You can already start registering. We have a lot of great Japanese companies on the Nordics, not so many yet, which is not surprising. It often goes like this. So what I'm trying to say is that if you register now and be active, then I think you're in a really good position. But actual deadline, I think a couple of days before the actual forum. Thank you for the question. All right. If there are no other questions, then I suggest that we will finish here. I wish you all a good continuation to your day and to your week. And as said, if you have any questions down the line, feel free to reach us at any point. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you found this interesting and useful, and look forward to hearing from you. Have a nice rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.